Okay, this tutorial or this screencast is going to show you a slightly advanced technique of using CSS to float an image. You'll notice this image here is on the left hand side of the text, and there's a big horrible gap there where the text just sits at the bottom of the image. What we want to happen is the image to go to the right hand side of the page and all the text to float nicely, wrap nicely around that floated image. We're going to do this not on the actual page itself. We're going to apply it, or apply the CSS change to the template, and then we're going to use that CSS. So we're going to go to the template, we're going to go to the CSS styles box, and we're going to create a new one. We're going to create let's create something called a class, and we're going to call it float right. We'll click OK, and then what we're going to say is we want to go to you need to go to the box model, and we're going to say in this float section anything that we apply this class to will float to the right hand side of the page. Click apply. Might be also quite nice, with it being a picture, it might also be quite nice to add a nice thin solid black border around it. Right, so that's done that for the float right. You can also do something exactly the same to float left, but obviously in the float box change it to float to the left and not to the right. We'll close that CSS styles box again, and we'll save the template and close it down. We will update the pages, and then we'll go back to the page and start using that style that we've just made. Notice when you click on the image now, what you can do is, if you go to the properties window, yours might be already enlarged. I've just I minimised mine because of the video format that we're using, and I go to the class. Notice now that float right is available to select, so I'll click it and see what happens to the image. Jump to the right hand side, add a black border to it, and the text wraps nicely around it. Even better like that, I think. So that's using CSS to float an image to the right hand side. Might also be quite nice if you added a little bit of margin to the left hand side of the image to give a bit of space there. I think I'm a little bit tight around that area there, but that's something I'm sure you could have a go at trying back in that template. So try that before you move on to the next activity.